yes, having those people that come there to party, not to show off, is what actually makes a party.
Exactly, bro. Because it's not just about wearing flashy things and just popping bottles. People are
In
trying
fact,
to have
when you're
fun,
flashy
man.
things, but just don't be judging, don't be looking. I like girls that come to party and be looking. That's why I don't go to random clubs, because I see that a lot.
Just staring, doing bad bitch, mean face.
Okay.
You're doing mean girl, you're almost 30. Come on, come on.
That's a very important point.
Mean
bro.
mama.
Mean mama.
Me mama.
Let's go.
Guys, just say we're not going to carry this name brand come off from here. So they give us sponsorship.
You try to advertise more.
Nah, man. I got terrible.
This guy should remove this thing.
Bro.
Nothing is free in Freetown.
Do you get? Yeah. Imagine.
You're doing like you didn't turn your own the other way.
Like you're doing like you didn't do your own.
But I think, like, see, now why are you going to drop that?
I'm on my pocket now.
Very nasty.
The same way they should put money in my pocket.
Don't filter. I said don't filter.
Don't
Waste. What's that thing? What's that thing? Don't.
If they say don't filter, I'm dead, man.
He put inside his pocket, so technically not wasting.
I beg. We'll
Before
see.
you're saying that Zani, they reduce sperm count.
But I said the Zani causes pregnancy. That's what I heard.
Who said?
Oh, I don't know.
In Vancouver.
Somebody said it. I saw it somewhere, bro. I don't know. Don't hold on me. I just saw it somewhere.
It does not. This other one has taste for me, Sha.
Nestle has taste.
Yeah, Nestle.
And the
has
Zani
taste.
doesn't have taste.
Doesn't have taste. It tastes fine.
Fam, we're just promoting them. Oh my god.
You're the one that said the
Would
name.
have said this one.
Just can you remove that Szechuan I'll be waiting.
No vex.
No, but for real, shout out Szechuan though.
Why are you shouting them out? Why are you shouting them out?
Your eating center, everyone that went
They were saving us back in uni, guys.
Who are the us? I didn't used to eat there.
You didn't see that. What did you eat in uni?
Thai Express.
Look at how she's saying as if it's some high-end brand.
It is high end.
Really?
If you think about it, if you get $10, you get how many? You get 3 pieces of meat and you get rice. Thai Express will give you intercontinental
Why didn't you
meat.
just cook in uni?
For what?
Like, why didn't you just cook?
I'm so sorry. I don't do that. Eh?
But before we go far, Beck, can we introduce our guest?
True.
Introduce. I am.
We have here with us the one and only, one of the three, you know. We go by three kings. We have one of the three kings, Mr. Wale. If you're in the Toronto scene, you've probably heard of Hood Malika. You probably were at the 2019 Burna Boy show.
Come on.
You know, you probably saw Mr. Easy too, the after party, which was actually cool stories that I met some beautiful girls at that party. Mr. Easy after party.
Concentrate.
So long time link ups came from that party, man. But here, Mr. Wale.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I mean, the introduction was it? Because we've been doing this for 12 years?
Jeez.
Since, okay, I'll say I came to Canada 2010.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say since then, I was kind of like what word would I use? I want to use the right word.
Connoisseur.
But no, not really.
Masters.
But at that point in time, it was just more like just having fun, you know.
I see.
Mm.
Just a freestyle.
A degenerate. Let's call it that. Let's just call it that. Because I mean, I was in CIC. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you guys go to CIC
Oh, I
or
know
something like
CIC.
that?
We sabi CIC,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So yeah. So I went to CIC and basically you had to sign out and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
sign
So
out.
I wasn't on that. Like me, I used to. If my
I
dad
used to have that.
if my dad is listening to this,
more.
you never know where your stuff will travel to. But
Yeah.
I used to use his email and sign out.
Oh,
and,
no.
And then that was kind of how I met all my party guys. We'd go to Hell's Village, which was it would be 17 using fake ID. Honestly, I didn't know any of this.
Eh.
Was that the spot back then?
That was the
In
spot.
Hamilton?
I mean, that was the spot in Hamilton.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But fast forward to when I came here, around that 2011, when we actually started throwing parties, it was there was nobody doing it in the African scene. There's only one other guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have heard him, but it's a troublesome guy. Adefidi.
Okay.
Mm.
That name sounds
So-
familiar.
Baba Jollof now.
That name
Baba Jollof, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was actually the one that used to do a lot
I didn't know
of
you used to throw parties.
Oh, he was the one. In the African scene, we had people doing it, but they were kind of the older heads. Let me call them that.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it was not you can't go to a club and get a venue. You can't do what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So it was I went to Montreal one time and basically we're just having fun, just partying, and I was like, yo,
If you run,
Like we can
Can
run
run
this
this
thing.
thing
Like,
now.
it's like
Quick.
people were hitting me up, but that time Instagram was like Twitter is not what it like back then. Twitter is not what it was, right? Like back then, Twitter was very connected. Like people were hitting me up, like, "Yo, Alpha, where are you? Like, what's going on here and stuff like that." We're all in Montreal. I was like, so people really want this thing. So we kind of like took that down, and that's how we started the whole Three Kings. I know you mentioned three, but it's a very funny story. But we can get to that. We're more than we started as like 6 people.
Wow.
But we called it Three Kings.
Why 3 kings? Why not just kings?
If you ask me, it was Jonesing. We're just Jonesing. We were like,
was it? This might just be like far fetched. I know if you guys know DRB back in the day, like they had DRB Last Giddy. They had one song, Three Kings, because they literally threw about TZ, Fresh Out, and Bodge. Was it like?
No, it wasn't. There? I would say back then in Nigeria, though, I was trying to like get into the scene, like, so it wasn't necessarily that. It was just more of like, honestly, if I tell you, I can't remember. I know how we named our party Hold My Liquor, but I can't tell you how we named it Three Kings because literally we had someone from America at that point in time. We had a girl there. So we had a girl. Actually, we had two girls.
Shout out diversity, man.
So we had like
you guys
always now. Always like you say you met a beautiful girl at or a couple of
Hold
them.
My Liquor, bro.
So where are they now?
They still DM. I can show you DMs right now. From out of town.
I have to actually ask, like, what was the first party you guys ever threw? And where was it and how was it?
Did you make money? That's important.
I mean, as we go on, you understand. You understand that for me, I always do make money. Like it's after a while, it became like after a while, yes, obviously there's a down part of it, but like we can get into all of that. Our first party, I'll say in York Village. Anyone that knew me back
York
then,
Village.
Like house
knew
party.
that like my house parties were like the shit.
Okay.
Like everyone has been to my like.
That's one thing I regret. Never going to a York house party.
Let me have story of the York house party.
Did you go?
See,
I have story of York house party.
the ones that happened after we stopped going there. After we stopped throwing our own parties. It's not like the one that used to happen back then. Like you go there, it's not stress. Like you're not worried about your girls, like anything happening to them. It's just like party. So I'll say house party in York Village was kind of like the first.
York Village was
our first party we actually started like officially, putting a mark on wherever we went to. Started in St. Catherine.
St. Kitts.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Why St. Catherine?
And were guys pulling up? Like from the city?
That's a very good question.
I guess you guys were in Hamilton, so that's kind of close to St. Catherine's.
No.
Or this after you left Hamilton?
I was always in I wasn't. So when I left Hamilton, I wasn't throwing. I was just going partying. Like it was like because before I left Nigeria, I was like you said, Bodge and all of them. I used to throw parties at Bacchus nightclub and all of those things. So it was like I was always throwing parties. So when I came here, it was more like no one can kind of like. It was boring. It was cold. So I was like, yo, what's up?
You've been doing research. I didn't even do research. By going for the parties, we were doing your research internally to know how when you're ready.
Oh yeah. No, but you know the funny thing.
You already know like okay, this is what it takes to have a lit party because you've been to several, right? So you're like, shit, I can do this.
Yeah, and back then we used to have black like. When I came here, I wasn't looking at like white girls and stuff like that. I was more of like, where I came from was like black girls that you see. So I was used to like having discussions with black girls. So we used to see a lot of black girls, but they were very niche to like Jamaican crowd and stuff like that. So when I talk about litness, the litness was what we made it. Because it was like a thing of like a game that if I'm going out, remember, I was in CIC. And how much would your parents give you at the age of 18? You have to make your way, right? And I was never going to do anything illegal. But like it was like, where do I sleep? So it's like you have to get a girl and go and sleep in a place. So that's what it was. And if you don't get a girl,
how do I sleep? Exactly. Money, you have to make money.
No, because like that was how the how the whole thing came out. That if you actually show people a good time, you actually see them like literally do what you want them to do at that point in time, right? So I wouldn't take credit on it was like a research. Like we're really thinking of that. We're just like there's fun, like because like I told you, it was like very niche. Like either you're going to a Jamaican party, or you're going to a random
There's a random
club that
yeah.
you don't even know the music.
They jam DM, night DM.
Bro,
Exactly.
2014, most of those clubs,
bro. That one fiction.
Fiction, shout out Fiction, man. All ages, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, there used to be like a lot of the scene has changed now.
Yeah, entirely.
That's changed. Like I'm telling you in 2012. But yeah, let's continue that. Like all of the gist I can give it to you guys. Like
let me say my York. My York. No, I want to say my story first, and I'll do my intro. Then you can do your intro. My York village story. God, I said we should go for a party. I came from UTM. I said let me go for the party, and I know the house. Like even when I pass right now, I can point to that's the house that this happened.
Yeah,
it's like the bus stop, and then the house is just there. I think it was 2015. Before you know, gunshots. Come and see. I said
that was what?
At York Village.
2015?
I think 2015.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the scene changed.
Here?
Gunshots at York. I think it was about that wild.
Come and see people running.
They got crazy at the point.
Yeah, because I think someone grabbed someone's babe. Come and see people running. Jump. Running into bus. So
yeah. The scene changed.
Bruh.
James causing war since the day of Troy.
Okay, that's not what I meant, but yeah.
Yeah, babes they always cause trouble. But
That's our intro, Sha. Okay, I'll start. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of For Yans Only. It's Queen D, Manny D, what else? Didi,
Princess
D. You already know the vibes, and I'm here with.
You're here on Manny P, man. You already know what's up. As I usually say, now the P can mean anything you want it to be.
Yeah.
Out here, we promised you guys an in-person episode, and we finally have it, man. Shout out to Chooks for pulling up.
Vancouver, man. So yeah,
I'm
the one stopping them from these visuals more. So like, yeah, I apologize.
He's stopping you guys from seeing my beautiful face every time.
Dislike this video if you don't want to see her face.
But you can't dislike on YouTube anymore, bro. You can't dislike on YouTube.
That's funny.
Yeah, you can't dislike. You can only like now or not like this. Basically, that's
so.
it.
Man, everything's so PC nowadays, man. You can't even dislike. I don't like this. Dislike it.
I mean, most people that dislike back then used to be like bots, right? It was very annoying. Exactly. Messes up your algorithm.
If you get up now, you go just buy bots. dislike.
So yeah,
any podcast I don't like now, I go just
exactly. So it doesn't make sense. It should because it was fun, but like everything is changing. So
yeah, peace, choose peace.
But yeah, guys, it's Chooks, the amateur one. We'll not get two now. The actual one of Ebonyi State.
Yeah. I don't know why you keep mentioning this Ebonyi State, but okay.
Straight from ABC to the world. I beg I'm from Abuja, not Abakaliki. So I just need to clarify. Somebody the other day was telling me, yo, did you actually grow up in Abakaliki? I was like, bro, no, I grew up in Abuja.
That's what they give it to you, though.
But they give it to me in Abakaliki.
They give it to you, Ebonyi.
They give it to me in Owerri.
Oh, that's even bad.
They gave it to me in Owerri. Then I moved to Abuja, the capital. I started living large.
When did you move?
Right. I moved to
Weren't you like already 10?
I moved to Abuja in 2003.
There's no way you moved to ABJ before.
I moved to ABJ before. God,
don't start telling us your story. You want us to know that you were I'm London. What else?
I didn't even say that. I didn't say that.
But you're about to.
But yes, I was in UK before.
Just like
but he always says that he had the UK accent. Like he always did that.
We went to the same primary school. And I didn't even know we went there. He told me he was in the same primary school as I did.
Okay, so you're making sense in his
No. That's not happening. You know how Nigerians do organic conversation.
No, it's a lie. You know how Nigerians do. Once you have like a foreign accent, especially like in primary school, secondary school, people just remember, even people you don't know. That's what happened, man. Ask all the babes that I went to school with now.
why you smiling, guy? Like, why you excited?
They know what's up now.
They know what's up.
But yeah, let's get straight into it.
I guess diving back into like the I guess the party scene in general. What was that party bar? That event that once you guys clocked out for the night, I guess clock out just because it's work. You just like you guys are Street Kings new bar. You guys have arrived.
This is it.
Like this is it. Like we're here to stay.
It's hard because when we, like I said, our first party was in St. Catherine's, and it was kind of like a test. Like I said, we're jonesing. We're like, yo, we can bring Toronto to St. Catherine's, and we brought Toronto to St. Catherine's.
That's actually crazy.
And like,
was Uber around that time?
There was no Uber.
No Uber.
That's how it was funny. People were actually booking things. But when you're doing it that time, you don't think about all of that. You're just like, oh man, I'm going to throw this party.
Yeah.
So you go to a venue, and trust me, man, being a Black African, it's not what it is right now. Back then, nobody trusts you, man. Like they're like what song?
Nigeria.
Yeah, like Afrobeats. They're like, what's Afrobeats?
Probably Ojo Legba was like slapping back then.
Up until 2019, I was still hearing something like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
But like, it was like that. So it was like, yeah, people came. Like it was a sold out event.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, I wouldn't say that was the party that was like, yeah, we've arrived.
Yeah.
Then fast forward to, we did a party called, is it Noir or Encore? I think it was Encore. No, Encore was the St. Catherine. I think it was Noir or something like that. And then, yeah, we had people come from England. We had people come from America. We had people come from.
But these are like friends you guys told.
Nah,
randoms.
I had some friends and
Word of
some
mouth.
randoms. Like,
Word of mouth.
it was like Twitter was connected then.
Okay.
It was like
When
people,
you know.
Was that like a random time? Was it like Caribana type weekend?
a random time.
Random.
Now the reason why is because, like I said, Adefidi, that Baba Jollof used to sell, used to be the person doing parties at that point in time.
Okay.
And we had kind of like on the rocks
Okay.
lockdown. That was like the black spot. Like when you go there, you see black people. So
Yeah.
that was like our entry in.
Okay.
So I think nobody really knew Canada back then.
Yeah.
But like I knew people in Nigeria,
Okay.
and people in Nigeria were in London. People in Nigeria were in US, right?
Yeah.
And then I think my Instagram, my Twitter, and back then, like, it was like I said, it was crazy. Like, you know, you just diss this person. So people kind of like know you randomly.
You just-
like
yeah.
it was like
Yeah,
it was
street
like
cred.
a hot mess. Like right now, everybody is trying to
Everybody's
like it's
peaceful.
always think peace. Like
Yeah.
Twitter is actually if you see Twitter back in 2010,
Yeah.
2011,
It was.
you'd be
streets
like,
there.
we made this because it was like streets. Like it was the street.
Yeah.
Like you can just be walking past and
Someone
they give it
just
to you.
Just give
Give
it bass bills.
You know the funny
You
thing?
remember that Twitter account now? Something that some boss don't jam. There was one Twitter account like this.
And there were a
Boss
lot,
would jam
man. There was
somebody.
There's a
Gossip
lot of-
Girl. There was
Yeah.
like all of these things back then. Like I used to get dissed a lot on Twitter
Yeah.
because I used to diss a lot of people.
Yeah.
But we're all friends. Like
Give you respect.
I'll diss you. Like we're all friends. So I think it was that party when I saw people come from like London, from like this thing, and then they DM'd me like, yo, when are your pictures coming out? Like random people that didn't even come for events. When are your pictures coming out? We want to see it. And then when the picture comes out, you are trending on Twitter that, oh, this party is like popping. And that's when I was like, and this happened for many, many years.
Yeah.
And I was like, we can actually do this.
Yeah.
But then we weren't thinking about the business side.
I see.
It was just like,
It's
yes,
fun.
we know
Let's
we
just
can do this.
do
Like we're
something
having
like-
fun. We're the youngest people doing this,
Yeah.
and we are
And we can do it.
the only Africans that
Yeah.
we would say we're doing it consistently at that
Yeah.
point in time. So it was like, I think that was the time that we knew what we were. But it was not like we're proud and we're thinking about that. Yeah, we're the shit. But like we just knew that we could do it,
Yeah.
and we just did it.
Yeah.
So that was how it was. Yeah, so I'll say it's Noir. I'll say it's Noir or Encore. One of it.
I see. Also, like, obviously, like being like the pioneers and stuff,
Mhm.
and obviously, I know most of us are like we're Nigerians, right? Like, I know how it is dealing with Nigerians. Like, how was that? Like, like organizing Nigerians, you know, because like obviously, like me, I've thrown a few parties, like most recently.
Yeah.
And, like I know dealing with
Big
Nigerians is headache.
It's headache, right?
Bruh, getting people there, people calling you the day of,
Mhm.
asking you if you still have tickets. I've posted online, it's sold out. They're still asking if you have tickets. Telling you that, oh, just give me this bottle now that I'll pay you after.
Eh?
So should we go into the business part of it, or
Let's
should
go
we
into
go
the
into
business.
the people handling part of it?
People handling them business.
So the people handling part of it,
Yeah.
like I said, we were like, no shade to the OGs
Yeah.
when we started these things. Like
Yeah.
when I say the OGs,
Yeah.
me calling somebody an OG is not like they did anything for me. It's
Mhm.
just like they were older at that
Yeah.
point in time.
Mm.
They've been in Canada longer.
Yeah.
Maybe the chances they had were like not as open as the time when we came. Because I believe in time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they laid
Um,
some foundation.
But they made some foundation, sort of. But I necessarily wouldn't say. I'll give Adefidi his flowers
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
we used to throw parties back then,
Yeah.
and obviously I used to help him with those parties. So
Yeah.
I'll say maybe that brought me into the limelight for those people.
Mm.
But like not necessarily following any blueprint. We're just like I said, we're thinking, we're just doing
Just-
it, right? So it's not like somebody set a blueprint and I wanted to be like this guy.
Yeah.
I've never had a mentor. So it was
Okay.
like the people handling part. It was like we just said we're going to do this
Yeah.
and we stuck to it. So it's like, yo, doors are closing at 10. You're not there at 10, forget it.
Yeah.
So people actually come and they actually see that.
No Nigerian time.
There was no Nigerian time when we started.
Yeah.
And if
impressive.
the Nigerian time is there, it means they're going to be on the line.
Yeah.
Like you're going to be on the line for a very, very long time.
Wow.
So it was like there wasn't any Nigerian timing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that time. It wasn't like we had to like. People did not have anywhere to go to.
I guess there was also that build up. That was the only thing that
like
forward to.
people were like, it was like my age mates and I was older than some of them, and you know it's like people that respect you, people that. So it was like different kind of friends coming from. Like imagine your guys coming from America. Do you not want to now disappoint him from getting into the party? So a lot of those things played a factor when I look back in retrospect, right?
Yeah.
But so now when we talk about the people handling, fast forward to 2016, that's when the people handling part came. All this rubbish started.
Rubbish.
No, it's rubbish.
Yeah.
And African timing really became a very big deal there. And how do we deal with it? We try to stick to what we say. Tickets are sold out. We don't lie about it. So when they come and they see tickets are sold out, they will pay $80 to get into somebody's spot. So by the time they don't want to pay that money, they have to buy the tickets early.
Yeah.
Now, does it always work? Luckily for us, it has always worked. I'll put that word luckily because obviously I put in a lot of plan, the team puts in a lot of plan, but like we try to stick to what we say we're going to do. So that kind of helps us to handle people. But no, we are not protected from that whole thing you said. Alpha now, bro, sell me this, bro. And some of them are your guys, right? So you're just like
turn them back.
I mean, I turn people back. Actually, I don't even turn people back. After a while, my phone just goes off. And,
Straight, do not disturb.
and then if you see me out, because when you come there, that's when you actually see it.
Yeah.
Bro, which booth do you want to stay in? There's no booth. If you go inside, the club is not even going to sell it to you because our booths are sold out. Like, we literally used to sell like 15 booths per party.
Jeez.
That's what we sell. We sell 15 booths per party.
So what's the average for each booth?
So right now the game has changed. But back then,
the
business part,
mathematics.
we're the first. I would say we were the first for a party on a random time in April. I think we were the first people that, with our chest, consistently put $5,000 on a booth.
Sorry, back then.
Yes.
5K.
Yeah.
Hey.
All of what I'm saying is verifiable. You can go back and check it.
Jeez.
Records.
We're like the first that I know that, you know, it's like, we're going to put 5,000 on that booth. And we're going to sell 3 of it. Not more than 3, but like, it's ridiculous. 5,000. People would buy it because, like you said, if we go deep into it, our parties are usually 60% girls. So it's like, it's 60% girls. So it's like, the boys know that they want to come there for the girls.
No, random fact, like, Hold My Liquor was the first Nigerian party I went for in Canada. Like, literally, like, because it was really close to like U of T's campus, like downtown.
I feel like I've gone for Hold My Liquor.
This was 20, I can't remember what year, but like, that was because back then I wasn't like really a party guy. I remember it was like guys were like, bro, if you miss this one, but it's still next year.
Well,
that
name, you should brand it. Hold My Liquor.
Like literally,
we branded it. We branded it. Hold My Liquor. We did one last year, but like the year before we did. So Hold My Liquor, I'll tell you guys first, it's going to be rebranded to like a celebrity party. And it's going to just be
exclusive. FYU exclusive.
It's not going to necessarily be exclusive, but like we're going to try as much as possible to always bring celebrities.
Okay.
We started with like, we've had like a bunch of celebrities. We've had Kevin Gates. We've had like a bunch of people.
Oh, you don't mean celebrities of our brothers. You mean like celebrities?
No. So we're rebranding, like I said. It's not easy for me to trust, like, pay that amount of money back then and trust Africans to pay that money because we had like other things, other shit going on with us. So that's the business part of it. You always have to think about it. Now it has changed. You are hearing artists charging 50K. I'll never pay 50K for an after party, but you're hearing
it happened.
You're hearing people paying 50K. You're hearing people paying 20K.
For what to do what?
For them to show. For them to show.
I have a question. I don't want to like change, but when they show for that after party now, what do they do? Will you buy bottle for them?
I've seen some people stay there for 20 minutes. Some people stay there.
No,
for
but what do they do? You come there.
You
they
buy
come,
bottles. What do
you buy
what do
bottle for
think?
them, and
guess-
then you
I
play their
guess-
song.
I guess-
Do you give them money to like stipend or something like the?
Yeah,
No,
to
that's a
spend.
strip
Who
club.
buys
Never
their
mind, That's a
bottle?
strip club.
You buy their bottles.
That's rubbish. And then they'll just stand there and you play their song. They don't carry the mic and sing it.
If you want to get into the business part, we can get into it. That one is even very
Hey.
tiny of what those artists enjoy.
I guess
I'll be an
the
artist.
idea from what me I think I'm not
Yourself.
from what I think like you getting an artist from after parties
Mhm.
basically for the traction. Basically, it's going to bring people.
But what was it?
I don't know why people do it.
No.
Oh,
But
okay.
the reason why I do it is
Yeah.
because it has to make sense. Like
Okay.
we have to have a deal.
Yeah.
Not disclosing the deal we had with Mr. Easy, but it was
Yeah.
at our after party and then he had fun. Even
Okay.
posted it on his Instagram and tagged
Yeah,
us and
yeah.
That's
said
good.
HML and
I
stuff
saw
like
the
that.
guy, man.
Because it was like it was a very natural. Like the deal went very natural.
Was
Like
vibe,
when
yeah.
he got in there, it was like, okay, this is a vibe.
This is
This
the-
is
yeah.
And then
genuine
he
vibes,
actually tagged us. He took videos. He was even dancing.
yeah.
You know, all of those kind of things. That's like the vibe we try to create. But why do people do it? Honestly, I would say there's a lot of money washing. There's a lot of
When you have
there's a lot of things that
That's smart.
might be going on.
Behind
I
the
can't really
scenes.
I don't know people's business and how they think about
it's
it.
pointless because you say, okay, you're going to bring who now? Whiskey, because it's my guy.
Mhm.
You bring
Say it's your
whiskey.
guy, like say whiskey.
Yeah,
then go to
whiskey.
gym.
Let's put whiskey aside, right?
Yeah.
Whiskey I can pay 50,000 for, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you
Thank
why.
you. He deserves more.
I can tell you why.
Okay.
Wait for him.
Not because it deserves more.
Oh.
Whiskey can actually make my party fail because
Uh-uh.
Whiskey can wake up
We're talking
one
about the
morning.
money.
We're talking about Whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the guy that gets 600,000 per show.
Yeah.
To book Whiskey right now is
Yeah.
$600,000.
Only.
The guy did 1M for Rolling Loud apparently. That's really
Those
mad.
are big boys, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, there are also some. You
Some
know, they
obviously.
just package everything together,
Yeah.
but it's not like they're giving him 1 million.
Okay.
A lot of things,
Like so many
maybe
parts of the
private
deal.
jets,
Parts
part of
the deal.
it, and all of that. When you calculate
Okay.
it, it's
Mm.
It's
like,
one.
Yeah.
It's
But
worth
like-
1 million.
but like if they come to us,
Yeah.
they want us to pay 600K, which means we're paying for private
You
jets
still
and
pay
stuff
that,
like that.
yeah.
No, it's included because
Okay.
Whiskey only flies private jet right now.
Yeah.
From last
big
time we-
boy.
But like, Whiskey can wake up in the morning and say,
Yeah.
how much did those boys pay? 50K. I better send them their money back. I don't want to go party tonight. And you have advertised Whiskey,
Oh shit.
and you know how these things happen.
Yeah.
People don't care about what is
Man.
going on.
Because they showed up.
They'll
Because
finish
They
you.
don't care. They'll
Advertise,
come
yeah.
online and
They'll go on
finish you.
Twitter.
Yeah.
They'll go on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Which the gist is in the Burna Boy part. That
Yeah.
happened. But like,
We're going to that one.
we-
next.
we
Thank
get
God
to that
we
one.
so
got
like
it.
50K for Whiskey, I would pay because I know
Yeah.
if he shows up, people will pay $100 just to see Whiskey
see
at
him.
the party.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to be dancing inside his trouser with him there, I'm not paying 100 for
See,
whiskey.
the party I did this summer, Caribana, people paid $60 to enter.
For what? Who was there?
And Zoli Mani P. $60. Talking
No,
about
Caribana is normal. People were paying $100 for my
anything
party.
when
for
Whiskey they
Caribana.
the Axis one, yeah.
And this
Yeah.
one we're talking.
Yeah.
Caribana
the
is
whole
different.
world,
Yeah.
Caribana is different. Like even though people want to be in the right party
Yeah.
Makes sense.
for Caribana, so they will pay more money to be in the right party.
Yeah.
So that's a different vibe. But like, I'm saying like Whiskey on
Yeah.
put it. in
I see
February.
people dropping. I see people dropping a huge amount of money for whiskey.
Talk us through what happened with Burna Boy in 2019, if you don't mind. The whole experience.
Yeah. So the whole experience was like, there's a good side and there's a bad side.
Okay.
Now the good side is that, how will I put this one? The good side is that you learn a lot of things
Okay.
when that happens,
Okay.
right? The bad side is
Aspire
that
to perspire. You learn a lot of things.
you learn a lot of things
Yeah.
because I see people try to throw festivals, right?
Yeah.
And when you look at it, you actually realize that they're just talking about things they see,
Yeah.
not things they know,
Okay.
right? And things you know is what you experience.
Yeah.
So you can't really know something if you don't experience it.
That one,
It's
wow,
like-
quotable.
Yeah, if you don't know it, if you don't experience, you can't know it. You can't
Yeah.
tell me you know how somebody feels when you have not
I've never
experienced,
experienced
it.
it.
Like
Yeah.
you don't know how I, built something.
Yeah.
You might have an idea, but like when you start building, how do you know I did not hold my nail crooked to kind of like
Exactly.
you don't know it,
Yeah.
right?
Sense.
So you have to experience it.
Yeah.
So in that point, I say yes. It actually made me know a lot of things
Like,
because I
yeah.
experienced it. Like I went through it. I
Mhm.
went through my mistakes.
Mhm.
But the bad part is that it made me seem like an amateur because like
Okay.
I actually put in a lot of thought, a lot of planning, a lot of things were already done
Mhm.
before it went. So the experience, well, I would say was really bad for me because we had a lot of people didn't know.
Yeah.
We had the visa done since February. We announced it April. So what happens is that this was a 1 year planning thing.
Okay.
That so many stories out there. Burna, you know how people talk now. You never see me like I'm in the Toronto scene, but I'm not in the Toronto scene because I can't stand people that just talk.
Yeah.
And that is the Toronto thing. Anyone that knows me knows that if you're chatting shit, I'm not going to be beside you because you're just talking nonsense. Like I don't necessarily have to spend my time there because I really
it's a waste of your time.
Whatever you're saying doesn't benefit me in that sense. But like obviously, if you're somebody, I'm a nice person in the sense that if you're somebody that's giving me something tangible, I'll be there. But once I know you're a bullshitter, so it's like I don't know if that's a curse word. If you guys use that,
it's
like,
fine.
Anyway,
this too. They say nonsense.
So that's exactly what I wanted to describe as bullshitters. That's what they love them. So it's like we actually made sure because there were a lot of rumors like, oh, Burna cannot fly. Burna had this. Burna is a criminal on this. Burna is this.
These are the rumors that came out after the event.
No, not before. Not
this
after.
Was
before.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, I had to make sure everything was right.
Okay.
The visa, I had to make sure like visa was, even when it came out, it had to be stamped. And obviously I'm the person. So they even sent me a picture.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Burna's mom.
Okay.
And they even made me, because of how crazy it is, they made me have to reach out to Burna's mom and ask, is all of these things true? And I felt stupid after asking. I mean, we're already in the visa process. She lied to me. So actually, I took everything back. So fast forward to when the visa came out. Okay. Everything was tight. Yeah. We didn't tell anybody. I told nobody apart from my team. Yeah. And then I told Burna's mom too not to say anything. So all these OGs started reaching. I said, those boys, these people are these people that they've never succeeded in one event. And it's not a diss. It's not a diss. Like, actually, I'm not dissing them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what you see. Because the reason why I was pissed at them and I'm saying this thing. So normally I'll just ignore. It's because you don't know me because you've never had a conversation with me. Some of them, I had a conversation with them after. Yeah. They want us to now work together. But like, you've never had a conversation with me, but you're going to go and talk about me. That those ones, they don't know anything. Now else we throw this thing. They don't get anything. They don't even have the connection we had. They can't even get Rebel. So what were they talking about? They were going to take Burna to some banquet hall.
Burna,
African giant.
No, I'm telling you because that's what they do. Like they sport, and that's the thing that
decorate the hall with balloons.
And I can say with my
and
chest
if Burna now comes and now experiences that,
it will fuck up. And that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
If you remember, so the thing is that this is not the first time. Yeah. But we're talking about the Burna one, so I'll go straight. I'll say because this is not the first time we're doing this thing. We took a break. Yeah, okay. We were the first people with Blue Radar back then that brought Davido. We brought basketball.
That was like 2017?
No, Davido. First time Davido ever came to Canada was 2013. And when people that brought him, even had a picture of him holding our shirt when we first of all started. We even made merch and stuff like that. We brought basketball. We were doing these things back then, but we took a break because the African concert scene was messed up. Like people didn't trust it. Yeah. So we said, you know what, for us, when we have to come back, it has to be big. They even scammed us for like Wizkid. Yeah. Like, because everything was so bad. So this time around, we put in a lot of plan to put it out there for people that wanted clarification about the Burna Boy incident. Okay. So Burna Boy's visa was stamped in February 2019. Okay. So we announced at the Mr. Easy party, HML, right? We announced that. Yeah. So, everything started going into plan. At that point in time, that's when I learned, a lot about his rider, what he likes, all of those kind of things. Yeah. And then, you also have to deal with a very busy schedule. A lot of people don't know. When they want to do a festival, they think it's just to message the artist. They do not know what I went through to get a message back from the woman who were like, parties, we used to talk at that point in time. Burna's mom. We used to talk at that point in time. To get a message back, she's so busy that one day can mess up all your plans. And then you are dealing with venues that want to know, hey, is this event happening? And then you are scared like, what if they cancel because,
so waiting for that reply. Yeah, I can't confirm because I'm not sure.
People don't know. So now imagine you working with 6-7 big artists because you want to do a festival. That's why festivals fail because people don't know what actually goes into that. There was even a time I wanted to fly to them. Yeah. And go just and meet them. Just to discuss
finalize in person. Okay, I have you here. Let's just yarn.
Yo, it was that bad. Like after we announced, This is, I'm talking about after we announced. So I'm talking about part of the experience. So it was like, okay, what do I need? I don't even know everything I know. And I know Burna likes a particular thing. Burna is this, Burna is that. So finally, I was able to get all that now. 2 months in, we're now set. Like I said, you've gotten a Canadian visa before. What do? They stamp your passport, right?
Yeah, they do.
The ones they stamp your passport is valid. Do you think about anything? No, right? Okay. So now Burna is supposed to fly. No, I've done everything. I bought tickets for like how many? 12 people?
Damn.
Because I know, sorry,
he was still flying
12.
commercial.
I think his band
then.
was 5. And then they had 2 girls. Then his mom, him, and his sister. So 9 people. Sorry, 9 people in total.
So this was commercial.
This was commercial at that point in time, but it's like obviously business class. And then the band and everybody fly. So they flew in. The first person flew in. Everybody flew in. No, I'm excited. Okay, what does Burna Boy want? I went to Bisha. Like, I made sure everything was right. Like, it's like a thing that when Burna comes, you know that we were planning for him. Like, everything. I got him Bisha Hotel. I even rented the penthouse. Like, you know, I rented everything. We're chilling. But like, next thing I received a phone call. They said Burna cannot fly. I was confused.
You think it's in a prank?
No, I was actually confused because first of all, what went into my head is like, wait, did somebody use fraud credit card to like book his flight? Then I realized it was me that booked his flight. So I was like, I'm 100% sure. I called his mom, but you know how Burna is. Burna was angry and I could feel it from the phone. So it's like, who is that? Like, who is that boy? Where's Wale? Or something. He was saying something. I was saying that. And then I'm telling his mom that she's like, yeah, they don't want him to fly, but we can fly. I'm like, you people can fly, but not Burna. See how fucked up, you know, the universe is. So it's like, why Burna? Like, why not you? Why Burna? So it's like, I'm chilling. I tell her, okay, ma, just go home. Like, I'll try and sort it. Now, do you know what we're talking about here? We're talking about visa issues, right? So we're there like, what do I do now?